I always hear gun control proponents ask, why won't the pro-gunners compromise? Why won't they give in to something? Are you kidding? Do you have any idea how long it takes to get a suppressor for my gun? So that if, God forbid, there's ever a home invasion and I have to shoot the intruder, I don't blow my eardrums out? Since the time the Second Amendment was written, pro-gunners have been compromising. We went from arms to only owning semi-auto handguns and rifles, while the government gets to play with drones. The Second Amendment said nothing about background checks, yet thousands of people have to play Russian roulette with their names in the NICS system, getting arbitrarily delayed because there are a billion John Smiths in the world. Why? Because we compromised and said, you know what? Let's do background checks. Look at the system for concealed carry licenses. Technically, I don't need a damn license for my constitutional right, but we compromised. Now me and a bunch of other law-abiding peons have to sit through an 8-hour lecture just to get a plastic card telling us we have permission to do what we had permission to do 200 years ago? Well, actually, I wouldn't have had permission 200 years ago because black people couldn't have guns. I wonder why. But anyway, we all know a concealed carry license doesn't stop criminal Joe Schmo from walking out the door with a Glock 17 in his pants. In fact, gun crimes are literally almost never committed by us peons who sat through Uncle Sam's class. Funny how that works. At this point, we aren't compromising. We're bending over backwards just to please a group of people who would rather us not have the right to begin with. Just because the slippery slope is slow moving doesn't make it any less of a slippery slope. We've drawn our line in the sand. What are the anti-gunners giving up? What have they compromised? What, allowing us to have some guns that they decided? The Constitution didn't say we had the right to bear bolt-action rifles and handguns. It said the right to bear arms, plural. The worst part of it all is you want us to compromise just to compromise. None of the proposed measures would do anything to achieve this imaginary utopia where you can get rid of all the guns and be perfectly safe and skip through a field of flowers while Coldplay plays in the background. If anything, compromising will make the situation worse. You want us to compromise so you can implement more gun-free killing zones? You can't legislate away evil or insanity. You can only deal with it when it arises. And quite frankly, when it does arise, I want a gun.